Hello, everybody. Welcome to NUFC Talk TV, live from the Nttv studios here in Newcastle, somewhere unknown. You don't need to know that. But we are live with Robert De Niro to my left, the Emperor of India. By the way, we've had some unbelievable Indian food here, man. It's it's just starters because the proper curry is cooking by proper Indian chefs, not this twat next to me, because he says he's got food, but ooh, and now we got Susie in the building. Susie's got bringing the wine. I'll drink the wine. Nibada. She's bringing the wine from Blythe. Uh, Susie, are you from Blythe? All right, well, there you go. Hit the like button, folks. Remember to subscribe, and of course, let us know in the comments if we got the good audio. Let me see. Oh, we're good. We're good. We're proper Mighty Win. Mighty Win celebrated tonight because I'm a Bournemouth fan, and well, let me give you the conch for the first time, man. What do you think?
All good things must come to an end.
Here, so we're supposed to analyze the game tonight. He's going to tell us
All
all
good
good things
things must come to an
That's the
end.
that's the thought process.
It's been fun, but today was absolutely abysmal in virtually every department. We just did not turn up, and we paid the price against a very, very good Bournemouth team who knew what their job was, were right up for it, and took our pants down and spanked our bottoms.
Yeah.
Well and truly.
Well, Paul guy is telling us that the clock behind us is an hour in front of us. But it's all good. This is Amrit. Yeah. We're gonna get that sorted. No worries, man. Because Amrit living in the future. But I mean, it was just rubbish tonight, man. Rubbish. I mean, rubbish is rubbish as that fish and chips I ate at the. I'm not gonna say the name because but I ate it. Where we go, Tynemouth?
Yeah.
My goodness, man. All right. Well, Amrit.
Yeah, so I mean, when I woke up this morning and we're sitting here now,
Yeah.
did we think we were going to be talking about us getting beaten 4-1?
4-1, man.
Yeah, and they put the ball in the back of the net 5 times. Yeah,
That's
and
true.
Dubravka made some superb saves as well. So in the end, they did us. They
You got the remote.
they absolutely spanked us. And spanked is one thing, right? But to come to St James's Park and to be able to play the way they played and the way they put the goals away. First things first, we got to give them credit and say, well done, Bournemouth. Well done. Well done, Bournemouth. But then we start talking about Newcastle. And
Right.
there is, we could sit here all night talking about the different things that different people did wrong today. There was a comedy of errors over and over again. It was, and there was one solid member of the team that got stuck in all the time, and that was Tonali for me. Tonali and to a certain extent, on occasions, Bruno. And, without them, it could have been really embarrassing today, man. Could have been really embarrassing. And, well, actually, to be fair with you, it's embarrassing. Not really. It's embarrassing. No, it is embarrassing, but it's not. On the scale of 0 to 10, it's a 7. It could have been 9, 10, bar a couple of good performances. We're looking at some highlights of some of the goals in the past and how we've played. This is a big low, and it's a shame because we've got you from America. We've got the boys. We've got the Philly Mags down here as well, and it's a shame.
I blame them for bringing bad luck, spoiling our run.
Hit the road.
We said they
Don't
were
you
welcome
come
back
back.
after Wednesday. Welcome back after Wednesday because it didn't affect the run.
No, man.
Yeah.
No, screw all that. And we need to. This guy, he just wants to.
But
You don't want. You don't want to talk about the game, but you know we got to talk about your man was rubbish today.
Let's my
Dan
man
Dan Burn was rubbish.
was no better
He was
than
absolute
the rest,
rubbish,
no
Dan
worse than the rest. But that's
Da-
by the by. Listen, the one thing that we can take that I think could be positive from the game is that this must make PIF sit up and take notice. The options we had from the bench today with Richie, not with Richie, with Richie. Richie actually scored 2 goals for Portsmouth today. With Barnes being injured again and not available, the attacking options that we had on the bench were not good enough. And if that doesn't persuade them to put their hands in their pocket in the next 11 days, then I don't know what will.
Well, you know, the crazy is that we're not going to buy anybody, so it's not a being negative. It's just the way it is. I mean, it doesn't look what we're already halfway through the month, man. And you what?
No, you're absolutely right. But at halftime, what was your thoughts?
I thought that we were going to come back anyway. I mean, we were going to.
So how are we going to come back? What was
Well, I
going to
mean,
change?
you know, but let me tell you something.
What did Eddie change?
It's nothing different from the Wolves game. Nothing different from the Wolves
Give me
game.
that. You know, Wolves game, we were more hungry for it, man.
Yeah, but Wolves had
we were a
as
different
many
side.
opportunities, but they didn't score. Bournemouth did. Well, there you go. Exactly.
But Wolves only
but
had
it doesn't change,
two opportunities to finish their dinner, really.
But it doesn't change that defensively we have been lacking in the past 2 games. And look, man, we can't overreact because we just won 9 in a row. So that's
Yeah. No,
But-
it had to stop at some point. But there's a big but here. On that performance, it's a shame. It's a shame that that's the way it stopped.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at the end of the game, yeah, it just ran loose.
It was fantasy land to think we're going to, win every game. That was
Well,
never
that's-
going to happen.
well, you always thought that.
However, I certainly did not. I did not expect the run to finish at St James's Park. Although, as I said before the game, Bournemouth are by far and away the toughest of the 8 fixtures that we've got. We've got another 3 to come now. Out of the 8, including Tottenham away, including Man United away, I thought Bournemouth would be the toughest.
They were
And
certainly were.
12:30 on a Friday afternoon, on a Saturday afternoon, is not the best time for us to play at St James's Park. It's not. The crowd aren't even up for it. They haven't got the fire in their belly. The crowd I thought was poor today.
Scoot over, man.
No, it can be.
So Gary can come Oh, Gary. Okay, there we go. There we go. Say Robert De Niro. And by the way, I want to say one thing though, because I thought, like I said, 99.9%, 0.9 of fans were there. Proper Jordy staying in it. There was one person I peeked across because I was in the platinum tickets. So I peeked, with my binoculars. I'm looking around, and I saw a twat getting up 10 minutes before full time, getting down upset with a white jacket. So what happened, man? So I thought you said you'd never leave the game early.
It's not white anymore. It's grey.
Well, it's gray. It's not white anymore. That's right.
Well,
all them cigarettes.
And the only time I do leave the game early is to come and find you to make sure you know where you're going when you've been in the posh end. Well, you see,
we have proper snacks.
Don't be late.
Yeah, they had some nice
Don't be
cushions.
late, or I'll not find me way there. You'll have to come and get us.
No, I never said that.
Yeah,
but
you
I tell you what,
did.
though, a lot of good, I got a good restaurants in there, and yeah, no, that defense was absolute. By the way, Bruno had everybody. What the hell, man? Bruno, look at that. Look how easy Bruno gives the ball away. Look how easy gives. And by the way, Dan Burns,
and that happened several
Dan Burns
times
just watching it go by. Yeah, look at that. And then right there, he got done right there. Look at that. Dan Burn on the second goal. Or was it the second one? No, that's about it. So, that's the
that was
disallowed.
disallowed. That's the one Tonali
Yeah, exactly.
hit from.
Exactly. So, Unbelievable, man. That's how easy. But that is Murphy as well, man. It's just rubbish, man. All over the place. And if
Yeah, it
Tonali,
goes out, yeah.
yeah, he goes out. Definitely goes out. But we used that to our advantage, because I mean, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's because if we would have, if Tonali would have done that and they score,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's just unbelievable.
Where's Shaw? Is here? Look, out of the goal here.
Yeah.
Put that one back. I mean,
What a save by Dubravka.
What a,
Dubravka
and,
was
and
good.
what a clearance by Byrne.
Dubravka did everything he could, by the way.
Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. Beautiful.
and that one again, stupid ball.
Yeah.
And that was a great finish, Mark, to be fair.
The-
Because if you look at the way he uses the defender in front of him to blindside Dubravka, and he puts it right in the corner.
Well, anyway, hold on, because the people can't hear us all.
Yeah.
The
hang on,
people-
you
we got
gotta have,
mics.
you gotta have the conch.
Yeah, you gotta have the conch to speak. Well, Gary, give us your assessment on the game.
Well, to be fair, I mean, you know, it's a difficult one for me to say that who turned up today. You know, and I looked at the team when we were all obviously starting, and me and Amrit were talking with Nigel, and we were saying still a strong side. You know, there's no issues here. You look at their side, decimated with injuries. You know, even the mighty win says, "Oh, even Ilson's not in the side" or anything like that. And to be fair, they didn't need the full side. What Areola did really well was the fact that he played with this system of a 4-2-3-1. And the 3 then became a 5 in the middle of the park. And what we couldn't do a lot of the time was break that 5 down in the middle of the park. We were being muscled out. It's a 5 against 3. And what they tried to do then is, as soon as we tried to bring Hall or Tino, make it a little bit narrower, what they were doing then was just playing the ball through the channels into the corners, and they were behind us. Semenyo on the left hand side. I mean, Tino had an absolute nightmare today. Against Semenyo on the left side, right back position, got behind us virtually every opportunity they had. And then you look at Lewis Hall and Gordon. There was no communication between the two of them. Hall was in a lot of the time in no man's land when he wanted to move forward. Gordon wasn't actually giving him anything to support with. And then again, it was just one ball into the channels, and they were behind Hall. So I felt sorry for the two centre halves, if I'm honest with you, because everything seemed to be the fact that we couldn't break down, as we like to move the ball from back to front, we couldn't break that 5 in midfield. So instead of just making it obvious to bypass the midfield and get the ball up to Isaac and then maybe break the lines from there, we looked void of any ideas. You know, we looked at Murphy coming in deep on the right-hand side. Again, totally, invisible most of the game, if I'm honest. Isaac up front didn't really get involved in any type of play. I mean, how could you go through 90 plus minutes and not have a single shot at goal?
Right.
The left-hand side with Anthony Gordon, like I said, to me, as much of the energy and everything else, it was rushed decisions for me today. No communication on the park. And again, I look at the amount of effort, and we said this, there is nobody with any name in the Bournemouth side, but they come as a unit, they work as a unit, everybody knew their role, and we were bullied today. We were bullied to a point where we were lucky to get a goal, in my opinion. They could have had, and should have had, probably 5 or 6. So, from my point, when I look at the team, I ask myself, is there a man of the match in a black and white shirt? And the only person for me that came out with anything was, unfortunately, in a grey shirt, and that was Kluivert. He was absolutely outstanding as a number 10.
he was definitely good. Somebody asking to sign him. We have a nice super chat from Michael McIntyre. Thank you, mate. Says,
Thank you, Michael.
Let's get drunk, tune. But Paul guys saying Botman isn't match fit. Botman came off in the second half.
He wasn't match fit. It was the fact that when he was getting closed down, being a left footer, he was turning 180 degrees to try and pass the ball out.
My thing is, though, let me see that I'm reading for a second.
So when Botman playing on that right-sided centre-back, and this is what I was talking with Mighty Winfor, the one thing that I've noticed with Botman when he plays is he's got to turn 180 to pass the ball out to the width, or it goes back inside to Burn. And there's been a lot of people saying, I've seen it, we were talking in the pubs before the game, everybody's concerned about Dan Burns' role and the way he plays with his feet. And again, it's not the fact that they pressed us with any, grace. They didn't come at us in a row. But what they did, with the five at the back, and then when they come forward, what they did is they stopped us moving the ball quickly up the lines, which is what we would do naturally. So once we started to move the ball back centrally, we were just hassled off the ball. The second ball always seemed to go to a grey shirt, and they distributed it really quickly to the forward line.
So now, what do you think of? Because I mean, it's really not a usual thing to see a center back come out at halftime. First of all, Eddie Howe doesn't make halftime subs, but he did one for the first time in 60 years. So,
Well, I think first of all, he's had those 4 games now in what'll it be, 13 days. And having come back after a 10-month layoff, he's probably just feeling it a bit. And plus,
but shouldn't have Eddie known that? Shouldn't have Eddie known that he's knackered?
well, listen, would anybody have changed that starting 11?
No.
No.
To be fair, yeah, but
Right.
how many
So-
how many times do
So
you tell
if
us? Hold on.
if
But
he's
hold on,
if
give me a
he's
second. Because we're not going to wake up Amri's mom. Because we're going to be calm. We're going to be civil. But how many times do you say Eddie Howe knows best because he watches him train? So
Right,
has he now watched him train?
what I'm saying is when Botman went off, it was 1-1.
Yeah, but come on, man. So why did he change him then? Why did he sub them out?
Because he was obviously feeling it.
Well, I mean, all I'm saying is because people says, well, look, Kenny's saying right there, don't think Shar was fit. I mean, a lot of things. And listen, we are talking about the game today. We're not saying everything is bad. We're going to know. Because the Tune is
Right?
won 9 games in a row.
And yet again, what I'm saying is, let's not go overboard
We're not
with
going to.
knee-jerk reactions.
We're not going to.
Because
We're analyzing
of one
tonight.
result.
We are analyzing tonight.
We had one bad result against Brentford when we were in the middle of a run of games when we were playing well, albeit initially not getting the results. So all I'm saying is it's a bad day at the office. It's nothing to get panicky about. However, it should be a wake-up call to the powers that be at the club.
Hey, Turbo Zendelov saying Eddie House has been reset to factory settings. Come on, man.
So-
hey, Mighty Wing, step that way so you can see you on the camera. Look,
A wake-up call.
maybe get her to the right.
A wake-up call is one thing, right?
No, that's good. It's good. It's good.
A wake-up call is one thing, right? And we've got 11 players that we love. We love them.
Yeah, that's
And we need to sign someone that's gonna slot straight in the team, not somebody that's in the background. So, Semenyo and Buemo, you can name a handful more that could come into the team, especially if Miggy's going. We may open up a position on the right to be able to strengthen the right. Jacob Murphy looked lost today, in my opinion. He wasn't. I mean, look. At the end of the day, right? It wasn't. Michael.
Cheers, Michael, for another super chat.
Yep.
And he says Eddie out. No, Eddie out. No. Eddie out now. 2-2. No.
Let's
not
think
yet. Not yet, Michael.
Let's think about it.
You got a point though, but not yet. No, you don't have a point.
Let's think about it. But like I say to you, right? If we open up one good right-sided player, if we can get rid of Harvey Barnes, get rid of Callum Wilson, or open up a few positions and sign an Mbuemo, sign an Mbuemo. That's all we want. Someone around that level. And if we get someone like that in, oh my days, it'll be a very interesting second half.
So actually, this is interesting because there's Eileen, a lovely lady we met at Granger Market with her husband. Shout out to them. And by the way, hit the like button, please, right now. Do that. Hit the like button. Help us out. Subscribe if you're new. But interesting because I just got a notification from Craig Hope, and I was about to bring up the same point. Because, I saw, after all the rubbish we were watching, Anthony Gordon, he loses the ball, and then they was given to him, and then once he goes off to the side, he had an interaction with Eddie. Immediately he goes to the to the players, the defenders or whoever's behind him, and tells them no more, like no more. Gives him a hand signal, and that was after they had given him a ball in the air. But Craig Hope says Newcastle have just gone sloppy again, and Anthony Gordon has just told those at the back no more, meaning I assume the ball's out of defense that they're giving back to Bournemouth every time. And this is exactly. Well, even though he did one of exactly.
We're all guilty of that today. Yeah, exactly. Every single player.
So, Mighty, when you think that everything is perfect, so what's going on?
Well, everything wasn't perfect today. Obviously.
Yeah, everything was imperfect.
But everything's been perfect for 9 games on the
Yeah,
trot.
but we're talking about today's game, man.
I know we're talking about today's game, but don't go overboard is what I'm saying.
Going overboard is saying Eddie Howe needs to be sacked, or saying we need to get
No,
rid
no,
of
it's
Gordon.
saying,
That is going overboard.
It's saying that all the wheels have fallen off. All
Who
the
said
wheels
that?
haven't fallen
Who has
off.
said that?
Well, what are you saying?
What are you talking about? I mean, we're
What
talking about
are
the
you?
game.
Well, we've already talked about the game. The game is everybody had a stinker. It's pure and simple. It was a bad day at the office. It was a bad day at the office. They all had a bad game. There's only really probably Tenali can come off with his head held up high, and that's the way of the world. Sometimes you have a bad day.
Yeah, but there is a predicament because in the defense, if he thinks that Botman should be starting, but doesn't think that he should be starting on the right, so now you're starting to look at a question that you're trying to avoid.
No, I addressed that very question on Thursday, and I said when he left Share out on the basis that he was sick, and I'm saying, well, that saves him having to make a dodgy decision. So now he's going to have to decide that 3 of them fit now, unless Botman's going to suddenly be sick after coming off at half time. But he's going to have to, at some stage, decide who he thinks are his best 2 centre halves. And when he was asked that in the press conference,
Look at Terberg.
when he was asked that in the press conference, what he said was, different games, different names. You pick the defence to suit the side you're playing against.
We're going on.
And so that's up to him.
Roger that. We're going to get Gary on. I personally, you've got people paying good money coming to watch a game today. Our boys were second to every ball, giving the ball away. We weren't. We didn't win a second ball all day. And at the end of the day, you're not going to win games when you play like that. And unfortunately, we've got the good Chris coming over from America and Betsy to come and watch the game.
Hold on, I've travelled up from the Midlands and you blamed me.
Yeah. Hit the road, guys, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, guys, and don't you come back no more. No, but seriously, let's be honest, right? That today, under par, good, hard-working folk paying good money to watch our team play, and all we had to do was give a performance that was anywhere near 100%, and it wasn't. It wasn't. Our boys look fatigued.
Well, listen, I'm just going to step back a second because I said, and like I said, I asked you guys honestly for your opinion because you boys all were there on Wednesday to see the game live against Wolves. Now, for me, I thought we were damn lucky to come out of there with a 3-0. It made us look quite exceptional, if I'm honest, regarding the score. But I didn't think the game was fantastic. I thought any other team would have capitalised on the opportunities that we presented at Wolves. And I think on today's evidence, those chances were actually taken today compared to what we offered the other end. And I saw what Brant was saying there regarding the I've just seen that Gary punishment is a nice out in Blythe. Thanks, guys. For me, none of the changes made any sense today. It was panic mode. And I look at, who was struggling today. Now, Tino for me was very poor, and I go back to it. I still don't think Tino is as good as a lot of people say he is, and I've said this for long. He looks awkward with the ball at his feet sometimes, and Semenyo had him in his pocket all day, every day. And what I got a little bit unconfused with was, again, this is the Eddie Howe panic moment, is you make one change, but unfortunately on the field of play, there's several rotations of position. So you then throw Tino over on the left-hand side, and to me, there was very little to say between Hall and Tino for who was struggling more. And then all of a sudden you lose your balance.
Yeah.
So you've got a right-footed player playing left-back who, again, didn't set it the world alight whatsoever, looked totally unbalanced. Willett came on, and I thought, with Willett coming on, you're going to have a little bit more drive from midfield. But again, you've got to have players in these positions that are willing to put the ball over the top for players to break lines. And for me, I thought, yeah, great, bring Gasula on. He's not going to do anything differently or change anything, but at least you've got players that will run in behind into the gaps. But again, we didn't utilise the space that Bournemouth were going to give us in the end of the game.
And not on time. Not on time. I got it. Not on time though, because we put Osula at the 88th minute. Here, give me that. Oh, there we go.
Guys, you were saying before the game, we were at the one of the pubs in Wetherspoons, and we were saying we got two great fullbacks. We've got a midfield to be reckoned with. We've got a striker who's one of the best in the world.
They weren't up to it.
We've got a keeper who's playing out of his skin. What a shame.
Yeah, what a shame. By the way, Mad Mag wants us to move here because he doesn't want these type shows to end. You know what I mean? Mighty Win just wants to be in his little hole and just wants to be. But
I want to be in the pub to drown me sorrows. That's where I want to be.
he wants to. Cheers, Michael! Another one for Michael. Appreciate it, mate. Cheers, and you know what I mean. It's gonna.
Character with lovey-dovey heart. Yeah. That's obviously an emoji that they can't show.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're having a good time, good banter. These shows happen to be really funny for some people. Mighty Win tried to poison me the other day, man. Gave me Foster's, but I'd rather drink Foster's than see the shite we were seeing at the stadium, man. But everybody played bad, so I mean, it really. It's not a one in particular, just everybody other than Tonali probably.
Yeah.
But Isak never got the ball, so you can't really judge Isak on that. But the fact of the matter is, Osula comes.
40 quid for Isak to have one shot on target.
Yeah, you lost 40 quid for Isak.
Yeah. And I was thinking about 200. Yeah. One shot on target, come on. They did really well. They did really well. Like, the bookies must have known that they were hungry for us, to quieten one of the best strikers in the Premier League in the world, to not have one single shot. Jeez.
Their two centre-backs for me were outstanding today. The way they marshalled the defence and everything. Kirkes and the young... that was it. The Yanks came and did what they call them? I can't remember. But the two centre halves, they were just outstanding.
They were. Once they marked Isak out of the game because they had the opportunity to. Yeah. You mark Isak out of the game. You mark Isak out of the game, and that's what they did. Throw a body on Isak, we'll lose somebody because the wide men were dropping further and further deeper because Hall and Tino were getting hammered every time. They were asking for cover, which isolated Isak up top. And when you've got a body that's just going to follow you around...
that's right, Taylor Adams.
When you've got two bodies on you up top, the chances of you winning the ball when the ball comes to you is very, very... you're limited, aren't you? So, for me, it's a case of you've got to break lines. You've got to have people from the middle of the park that are going to take players away. And I just think everywhere across the board, we were bullied from every position and never really recovered from that second ball.
And that was the thing. It was the second ball. We never won a second ball all day.
Well, you won't win a Premier League game if that continues. That's the problem.
Well, that's
You know what I
that's
mean?
that's dead
So,
true. If we put any performances in like that against a half decent team, we're going to come away with our pants down yet again. You know, as I say, let's just put that down to a bad day at the office, and let's get on with, you know, if you'd said 10 games ago we're going to win 9 out of 10. Would you have said, yeah, I'll take that? I'm damn sure you would, and
Of
I
course,
would
yeah,
have
yeah.
as well.
That's that's. I mean, you know,
So that's all it is. Just so happens that this is the game 10, and it's been a shocker.
But nobody's overreacting. Nobody's talking about, you know, nobody needs to leave. We're talking
No.
about the game. It's
Yeah,
simple as that. So-
the trouble is, there's not a lot you can say about the game other than the fact that we
But
were
there-
absolutely
but like I said,
atrocious.
there are a few things that you can have a conversation on, because listen, man, 30 minutes in. What do you want to do? Close it down? What do you want? I mean, you know, it's the left back and right back both got skinned left and right today, both of them. And there could be a discussion about Livramento, what Gary was talking about. Could be a discussion of Shar coming in.
Well, there's two discussions about Livramento. One, if you think he's playing badly, take him off and replace him with Target, who was available there. If he's not playing badly, why make 3 changes when one does? Instead of just swapping Hall for Trippier, who's played at international level for England at left back, why play Trips right back and put Tino, who is not used to playing at left back? That didn't make any sense to me. But it was in the greater scheme of things, that was irrelevant. Everybody was just so poor, man, today. So poor. I'm sick, as you know. I'm not going to be around after a result like this. I like to go into my little corner and curl up and have a think about it and realise that, hey, 9 out of 10's not bad after all.
Yeah, but you gotta face the consequences, man. When we have a result like this, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, I agree with you. I don't think that there needs to be anybody shaking a stick at anybody and saying, you know, this is it. This is the downfall of the squad and everything else. And you're quite right, Win. You know, if somebody had said to me 10 weeks ago, if you win 9, but you're going to lose 1, you know, that's. Would you accept it? Of course we would. But for me, it was the disappointment of the performance. And I think you're right. I think sometimes we get carried away with, you know, results rather than looking at individual performances. And I said, like I say, on Wednesday when I wasn't with you guys, for me, I was disappointed. Even though we won, I was disappointed in the way we won and the amount of chances that we gave away. And any team that was worth the salt would have capitalised on that. And today, what I've seen while I was at the ground was the fact that the team that turned up today, which is Bournemouth, which are, you know, very much the second string. They've got a lot of academy players coming through, sat on the bench. These guys actually turned up and took Newcastle to task. And it wasn't a case of, you know, we had better players. It was a case of we tried to play football around a team that just wanted to hustle and bustle. So, you know, for me, it's just it was just a poor.
You have a lovely profile.
I have, and that's all they need to see.
So, we got taken to the cleaners today. The cleaners. And I can't remember the last time. Well, the last game, funnily enough, that I was at live, where we got taken to the cleaners, or even close to it, was the Nottingham Forest game where Chris Wood came and scored a hat-trick. Like, that was where we were at with this. And we had a bitter taste in our mouth that day. But the taste in the mouth today is increasingly worse. It's increasingly more bitter, more metallic, because we were on such a great run, and we ended that run with a subpar performance. A subpar performance, like
Double bogey, that
double
one.
bogey, triple bogey, quadruple bogey. So yeah, that's where we were at.
Mama, Singh want to say hi. We're about to have this.
Mama
proper
Singh
curry
says
with the-
no.
We're about to have this amazing Indian food, man. Not cooked by the Mighty Win for certain. David R has a comment here. Evening, guys. That type of performance and result would have given hope to Arsenal in the second leg. Iraola is tactically superb and exploited weaknesses today that we didn't know even existed. There we go. Because Mighty Win, see, that's it. Everything is perfect. Nobody, there's not a flaw. No, Mighty Win thought and said that we've already gotten to the final. The Arsenal never turned over a game. That we two goals up against them. Bournemouth came here on a good run.
At
It
half
just-
past 12
it-
in the afternoon, not under the lights.
What the hell does that mean, man? Get out of here. And they scored 4 goals. So you got to analyze what's happening, man. They cooked us.
Well, okay. That's
Bournemouth
actually
cooked us.
that's to bed already, because what I said was the only possible mitigating factor for Arsenal beating us by 3 goals is if we win the 4 Premiership games that surrounded. So that's out the window now.
Okay.
Now Arsenal is imperative.
okay, man. By the Mighty Win standards, now we have to. I think we need to beat Arsenal anyway. We need to make the finals. But we always said that though. Now Mighty Win is jumping on the boat because we're not going to win the next 4 games in a row, obviously. So Beard says I'll say Arsenal will beat us 3-0. Well, listen, I don't know.
Well, Beard, you're wrong.
But Brent, poor excuse from when they played at the same time we played when. Laughing his
They
butt
played
off.
at the same time we win.
Yeah, so Martinelli will cut us to bits. Look at that, but we are seeing some negative comments in there. Well, I mean, or realistic.
Well,
comments.
that's another thing, by the way.
Realistic comments.
I blame Brandt for doing the live.
Brand,
Brandt,
I
that's
took
your
the time.
fault.
Yeah. Brand did a good job, though, man.
Did a great job.
But it just puts things into perspective. Eddie Howe still has a job to do. The formula hasn't been found yet. I mean, you got the lineup, so that's fine. But even if you talk about the lineup, to be honest with you, I mean, yeah, we got Tonali in there. All those got to play. However, the back and now the back is a concern
That lineup
because it's
will
not
not
just-
play collectively as badly as that for a
Man,
long time.
But I tell you what, they played the same way as today against Wolves.
No, they didn't.
Yes,
No,
they
played
did.
much better against Wolves.
No, defensively. Wolves didn't score. It's plain and simple. But you're leaving it to them to score. And eventually you're going to run into Arsenal. And if they got quality players, they can do that. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, I'm quite happy with our.
There's a Bournemouth Fans TV. Atiad under the what? No, what is it? It's got a meaning to it. We had him on the preview, of course. Good friend of the channel says we were unbelievable today. That is the best performance I have ever seen.
From Bournemouth
side. I really hope you continue the form before this game for Sir Eddie. Dreaming of Europe here. By the way, I did see some Bournemouth fans talking about Eddie is rubbish. So
I tell you what a lot of them are saying is that Eddie was fantastic,
or a liar or whatever.
but Areola's better.
You know what I mean? So Brand says poor atmosphere from the fans today. Needed more pickup.
And that's another thing. As I said, and that's 12:30 kickoff. The atmosphere in the ground from minute 1, well, from quarter of an hour before kickoff, was rubbish. Absolute rubbish.
Yeah, but there's still 58,000 odd people in there, man.
But there weren't.
So what's the matter with that?
There weren't.
What are you trying to say, man?
What I'm trying to say is a 12:30 kickoff on a Saturday. Everybody's not buzzing the way they would be if it was a 3 o'clock kickoff, because they'd have 3 extra hours beer in their belly.
Well, look, man. I don't know. When you got.
But I do know.
Yeah, well, you can say that, but when you go to the game, you got, if you're a fan, if you want.
And they say the crowd feed off the.
That's true as well.
Of the performance on the
that's true.
pitch.
I agree with that.
That works both ways. The players on the pitch feed off the crowd. We're the 12th man, as they always say. But they were offering you know, it was combination of factors, the 12:30 kick-off and the team performing badly and not giving the crowd anything to get buzzed up about. I think it was only the referee's performance that gave the crowd something relatively good to sing at, but I didn't think the referee was that bad either.
The referee, I don't know. You don't think it was that bad? No, we can't blame him, but I mean, he certainly didn't have fans happy around.
I thought he was giving us decisions he shouldn't have given us. He wasn't giving us decisions he should have given us, but it was exactly the same for Bournemouth. We got away with a couple of goals on them that weren't pulled up.
Who is their right back? He kept getting away with fouls over and over and over and over, man, non-stop. Yeah. Yeah, they're.
It's like I said, they're not to both sides, isn't it? You know what I mean? We'll always try and throw the blame towards something.
But see, here's the thing. I'm not.
The players.
No, well, I think we've talked about the players for 40 minutes. But I mean, you know, we're not blaming the referee for the loss, but you know, he's certainly.
Only the path of any of their players to score from.
But I blame the team chef. Too many sausage rolls on the menu. There's Alessandro Minetti. Well, that ain't go. I mean, but it's shocking how they went from that to this. You know, I mean, but again, not really, because against Wolves, to me we played the same. Look at the stats against Wolves. Wolves had more big chances than we did.
Exactly.
And we just scored 100%.
We just scored everything that we had regarding big chances, and that's what scared me, was the fact that, having looked at the Wednesday game from a different angle to you guys, because obviously you were live in the ground, I saw a different back line, that were open too many times for me, that were allowing chances to go towards goal. Now, you know, poor finishing, great save from Dubravka. It could have been a totally different game on Wednesday. And then we saw today exactly the same. Pressure on the back four, a line of 5 players not allowing us to pass through the lines. And we don't seem to have a second idea. Now, you know, we all criticise Eddie Howe not having a second tactic or trying to change things round. And to be fair, the lads on the field seem to be void of any idea of how to break through this middle line of 5 players of Bournemouth. And like I said, all credit. You know, as poor as we played, I think Bournemouth made us look very, very poor.
Yeah, they were
better. You know,
Areola
did his own work. He understood. He got a tactic out there that allowed Kluivert to sit in the hole. And as soon as that ball was won anywhere else on the park, it was delivered centrally to Kluivert to either lay off or have a shot himself. And like I say, he scored a hat-trick. Looked outstanding, to be fair.
Yeah, we got the Ambre and Mighty Win went out there for to smoke a joint, and Ambre is out there funnying around. We got Susie in the building. Susie is you know, an analyst on all things Newcastle United, and she's from Blythe as well. So she's
I'm from Gosforth.
Well, listen, man. I was told you're from Blythe. Or Biker, one of the two. Starts with a B.
Come on, Win.
There you go, hey. But Susie's Amri's lovely lady. But, you know, Mighty Win.
What have I missed?
Well, not much, really.
Not much.
Yeah. What time is it? No.
That'll not be happening tonight. No, we're going to be in mourning for a week now, as is normally the case. After this is because it's not just a defeat; it's an absolute annihilation.
But that's what I'm saying.
And I didn't think that an Eddie Howe team could capitulate the way they did today. There was nothing there. No fire, no drive, no commitment. I don't know. Well, I'm not saying that it wasn't there, but it was totally ineffective.
What do you think that is, though?
I've got no idea. No idea at all.
It could be the fact that we haven't got... For me, it could be the fact that we just haven't got enough rotation within the squad. And the squad just get a little bit stale. And I said this the other day to you, when you watch them against Bromley, the step down from the team that's on the bench when they come onto the field, we lose the quality. Now, we lost the quality with the first 11 today, so what we were expecting from the lads coming off the bench to do?
Well,
Hey,
all I would say to that is they weren't still for 9 games on the trot.
Hold on, because Tune. Well, the way we go. But hold on.
Well, I'll back you on that. So, did they perform to the point where they've taken teams off the park? Yes, they have previously, but not against Wolves.
Yeah. Hey, but listen though, Tune says Strawberry 5 p.m. People wait hours and you don't even show up. Shite. We didn't tell nobody we were going to Strawberry.
Not today.
So
No,
not today. You might have expected us to be there today. We've been at the Strawberry every damn day. It seems like. It seems like.
Yeah.
But I mean, we usually don't go on match days because match days Mighty Wins is.
What's the forum?
And an ant can go in, but Tune is not on the forum, man.
All right. Get on the forum.
Where were we today?
We were on the Four Loco. No, I mean.
We're in
Bar Loco.
Aspas before the match and
And
Bar
then
Loco afterwards.
And then Bar Loco after, yeah, for a good while. So, yeah, that's so we didn't.
Willock came on, did nothing.
Waste of bench, which is.
And he was poor when he came on the other night as well, as it happens.
But I tell you what, though, I mean, I thought Willock was going to be an option, but he really isn't, man.
What was that one I just saw in there? Seen an 9-game run end might hurt or something.
David R says seeing the 9-game winning run end in these circumstances may hurt the lads. Really hope they bounce back quickly. Other teams will go after us over the next few weeks.
Yeah,
but you know,
you
don't think that Arteta is going to be watching this game 20 times tonight, like in a row, while smoking a nice Spanish cigar?
Is that going to worry me?
Well, it better.
Arteta.
It better because
he's got about as much tactical aptitude as you have.
Man, listen, man. He is going to be watching this game over and over and
studying how to beat us. And what's he going to learn? Well, I hope he thinks that we're going to turn up like that on Wednesday. Well, not on Wednesday, a week on Wednesday.
Well, listen, I hope you're right, certainly.
Fortnight on Wednesday, isn't it?
I hope you're right. But, it just puts things into perspective. But I'm still thinking, about the center backs. I'm still thinking about the center backs.
Roger's saying
because they were twisted.
The shared diagonal balls. Well, we missed any constructive.
From half time, where wasn't
it? Yeah, we missed any constructive pass from the defense.
Dan Burn was trying to make those passes, and they went to the east end.
Yeah. His first two were abysmal.
So here's the thing, man. Do what you're best at. Stop fighting around trying to be somebody you're not. He is Frankenstein. He needs to be in the middle.
Is that another 2 pounder?
Another 2-pounder from a man, Michael McIntyre.
Well
2 pounds.
Thank you.
Because we gotta add it.
All we need is love.
We gotta add it.
All we need is love.
All together now.
All we need is love.
I'm gonna sit down.
Love is all we need.
Yeah. We gotta add all the super chats up to buy the wine here because they're drinking it like it's the last bit of water in the desert.
Well, everybody else might be, but I haven't got a glass. I said everybody else might be drinking it, Amrit, but I haven't got a glass.
There you go. Drink that.
Oh, there you go. It's empty. It's on the table.
Yeah, exactly. So you chugged it. More comments coming in. How the hell did Burn not get subbed when Botman didn't? But see, that's the point. That's the Burn is just as bad as Botman.
So,
and you can't tell me that Botman gets outpaced and Burn doesn't.
I'm telling you, I think Burn's quicker than Botman. There you go.
Ain't a chance in hell, man.
Did you see he made a fantastic covering for Botman? By the way, first half, our corner. He was like a gazelle covering the ground, and he made his stretchy leg.
I wouldn't a gazelle.
Out into our corner. Fantastic tackle.
Come on.
And the kid was straight through, left Botman and Livramento for dead.
A gazelle, he called Burn. He looked like a giraffe, man. Appreciate it, man. Lovely. look, man. You know, but not all. I mean, listen, we can hope that things are going to be, you know, turn around. Obviously, against the
Of course they're going to turn around.
We got a whole week. We got a whole week to come. Who we gonna play next?
Southampton away next.
Ooh, somebody said in the chat if you think we're gonna be Southampton away, you got no.
Yeah.
Well, look, they almost beat Man United.
Well, what I'll be saying next week under similar circumstances is, if anybody had said we were going to win 9 games out of 11,
Oh, come on, man! Win drinks quicker than Batman. Exactly. Look at David T. There you go. All right. Brand says, win definitely drunk, burn faster than Botman, no chance. Rugby says, Botman is quicker than burn, but Botman is
I
not
tell you what,
fully ready.
win drinks quicker than the Yankee numpty.
No. This guy, you got to know when to drink, when not to drink. Pace yourself. Hey, don't be bullied.
Lightweight. He's a lightweight, kiddos. Lightweight.
This is a message
Came here,
for all
said
the
he was
UK
going to.
folks.
Told us he was going to show us how to drink.
A message for all the UK folks.
Rubbish.
Don't be rushed by your numpty friends. Shout out to beer. Beer, £4. Thank you, mate. Says one for every goal in our net today. There we go. We should say thank you, mate. Thank you. A message to everybody: don't be bullied. Don't let your friends bully you into drinking. Are you sharing a Ribena? Yeah, Ribena.
Purely medicinal.
So
helps us get over the blues that have been caused by this afternoon's performance, I suppose.
Yeah.
But that's the trouble. You say it feels like a morning performance. It feels like.
But now we got another. Rugby says, can we not discuss going to 4-4-2 when we are losing? It has not worked all season. West Ham at home, Brentford away, and now today we need to overload the midfield to play through.
And we did. Actually, we didn't just go to 4-4-2. It was 4-4-2 virtually the whole game.
But talking about the midfield, we overloaded the midfield as well when we tried to get a result with Arsenal away. So we changed the formation when we want to do something. Why? You don't think it works?
I didn't think the full If you look at the situation that they bought today, when Asula come on, you've got Isak and Asula up top. Isak goes out wide because you're trying to create. You've got Willock come through the middle, and again, it's about breaking lines. But unless you've got somebody up the top that can control the ball and bring other players through the middle, then it's a pointless situation. And for me, it's all that what they try and do is they try and play. They go to a 4-4-2 or a 4-2-4, but they still try and play through the lines. And sometimes you just need to go back to old school and turn the opposition around. And once they start facing their own goal, then you can make something happen.
Well, we fixed the time. Now we're back in India. Cheers.
And now Chris has just smashed a 380-pound wall clock.
I didn't do it. They told me. Oh boy! But no, my other topic would be because he wants us to stop, just drink on TV and not say nothing. But we got to talk about Gordon as well, man. Back-to-back rubbish performances. He could not put 2 passes together, man.
I didn't think he was awful on Wednesday.
Are you kidding me?
No, because at least he was
carrying
carrying the ball forward, and so when we were losing the ball, we were losing it on the edge of their box, as opposed to today when we were losing the ball on the halfway line and just inside the halfway line. So he was definitely poor today. There's no doubt about it. Everybody was poor today. But on Wednesday, there were some redeeming factors to his lack of penetration. And, by the way, he got a goal.
His lack of what?
His lack of penetration, Christopher.
Oh, man. You know about that problem. Murphy. Oh, yeah. We're not talking about Murphy. Beard is...
Anyway, why have you got your crop top on again today, man?
Yeah, man, where do you get this? By the way, they used to be white, and now it's yellow from all the cigarettes.
Yeah. He's got his crop top on, man.
I like it.
Yeah, he couldn't find extra small, so he just got extra small.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Bless him.
You know, can I just have that? You know, the one thing that I look at regarding the team is, you can talk about fatigue, and I said this before. Is it the fact that we just haven't got enough for rotation? But we're talking about, we've got Target back in, Fabian Schär's back in. If they want to give players a chance and turn things around, we can do it in the back line. But why can't we do it in the front line? We just don't have the personnel. That's my opinion. I said this before. You've got players in the middle of the park, all the three of them. Apart from Miley, who else really competes for any position in the midfield? Let's go up top. You've got Gordon, you've got Murphy, you've got Isaac. What other team member on the bench competes for those places?
Well, rugby analyst there is saying I would have left Hall on instead of Livramento.
Totally agree.
Yeah, well, I'm sure Hall must have come off because of injury. Surely.
Good point.
He could not have been taken off for performance.
Well, according to he walked off with his head down. He didn't come off like rubbing his legs or anything like that.
Well, no, but it could be head down because he knows he's done something and needs to go off. Because out of the two, I thought Livramento was the worst of the two by a long way.
So rugby analyst is saying Almiron is gone, right? I mean, we haven't heard the finalisation yet.
No, the bid's in.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So, and yeah, so we.
But he was on the bench, wasn't he?
He was. He was on the bench, and he was warming up, and he was getting claps. If it was a different situation, and maybe we'd had a couple of goal margin, he might have got put on for the last 10 minutes to say goodbye to everyone. But unfortunately today, it was a smashing.
They had the Miggy flag up in the corner.
Yeah, we got smashed today, and it wasn't the most greatest performance in the world for him.
Understatement number one.
For him to leave. And he's leaving on that performance. I mean, come on, man. The guy's played some major critical parts in the last how many ever years for Newcastle United, and we couldn't even see him off with a good performance. It was shite. It was shite today, lads and lasses. It was. It really was.
And thereby is the bottom line. Bad day at the office. We'll move on. Next week we've got bottom of the league Southampton, who by the way on the opening day of the season, albeit down to 10 men following the share debacle, we were quite fortunate then to win that one, I've got to say. But, if they can go to Man United and be 1-0 up until the 87th minute or whatever it was, but then concede 3, there's something not right about that. But to be 1-0 up anyway at Old Trafford for 90 minutes, near enough, makes them not a bad team.
Well, I think the only thing, having looked at the game again only on the highlights, I think the one thing that I can categorically say with that one was they ran out of steam. And it was as soon as Man U got one goal, when you're at the end of your fatigue, and I'm not going to say knackered, I'm going to say fatigue, I'm trying to be posh here. When you've run your legs off to try and compete with Man U for 90 minutes, then you lose that advantage, you're tired, it's quite easily just to drop your head and drop that next gear. And they are a very inexperienced side at the end of the day.
Yeah. As I say, I think famous last words. It should be a comfortable victory for us. If we can play anywhere near our capabilities, then we should walk all over them. We've got arguably the best striker in the world. We've got what everybody tells us is the best midfield 3 in the Premiership. We've got the best left back, although not on today's performance in the Premier League. We've got the best left winger in the Premier League if you possibly take out Diaz and Gakpo. So we should be winning that game next season.
I mean, if we can win, I'd like to just address what people were saying in the chat there about Hall was worse than Tino Livramento. Now, you know, I don't go on by looking at players individually. I don't want to certainly point fingers at players individually, but the one thing that I find with the situation that we were in today, where you're taking one player off, but then trying to bring in another player and changing 2 or 3 positions. If we haven't got the balance to start,
Bringing a player in on the 90th minute when you should run him sooner.
sooner, exactly.
I said bringing in a player at the 90th minute instead of the 75th and expecting him to do
Something, yeah,
or
exactly.
something when you have, what was it, 4 minutes?
Yeah,
4
just
minutes
4
left.
minutes to play with,
4
exactly.
minutes, yeah.
That's right. So for me, I often look at it. I look at some of the decisions that Eddie makes, and you know, we've got Lloyd Kelly on there. Now, like I said, I'm not saying that Lloyd Kelly's the best thing since sliced bread, but if Louis Hawley's having a really poor game, just throw him in at left back and see what he can do. Because what you could do then is go 3 at the back and try and consolidate what they're offering going forward, and say to Tino on the right hand side, go and play a little bit further up the field.
Well, again,
try something different.
Again, what I said at half time was because both the pace of the Bournemouth wingers and indeed the kid that was playing kind of inside forward in the 10 role, they were leaving them for dead. So if the idea of changing Botman for Shea was anything to do with that, why not put Kelly in centre half, who has got pace? He's probably the fastest of all 3. So that was another option open to him. But how much do you want to upset the apple cart that's taken us so far in such a short space of time? That's
You see, for me, that was the ideal today, in that type of scenario that we faced today, was the ideal situation to play a 10. Because it allows you to play a player the same as what they did with Clive Urch, just play in the slot and pick up any second ball, because you can play good football with just a little bypass of the midfield. Doesn't have to be pretty all the time. And I think that's, for me, having 3 players of the ability that we've got, we think that we can play in pretty triangles and teams aren't going to come and try and stop that. And that's why Areola did his homework and made it really narrow with the system that he played, playing a flat 5 at times across the back, knowing full well when, say, Semenyo come a little deeper, you've got the lad on the other side that will tail off, and they're just waiting for that ball into the channel.
Yeah, and we helped that by playing that 4-4-2
yeah.
instead of forcing them wide. I mean, to be fair, Murphy did hug the touchline, but Gordon was coming in all of the time, and you could see on the pitch a definite 4-4-2 formation with Isaac and Gordon virtually in a line, you know, in the centre at the head of affairs. So, well, where do we go from here? That is the question.
Well, like I say, we've just got to shake this off, haven't we? It's a poor result at the office. It's a bad day. To me, it's a bad week. Like I said, we got a result against Wolves, and I think we were damn lucky. And I expected a bounce in a positive way today against Bournemouth. In actual fact, what I saw is a capitulation, like a consolidation of where we were today. And I think we gifted 3 out of those 4 goals. So you're right. I think we've just got to dust it off. We've got to start saying to ourselves, you know, Southampton's a different day. Hopefully the lads now actually go back and analyse what they did for the 90 minutes and put it right at Southampton.
What's Christopher doing there? Oh, it's finished.
No, we're not finished, man.
What did you think of Tonali being shoved?
No, we're not finished.
Trying to do that.
No. J7 got pushed in there. Oh, no.
Tonali
Well,
was
yeah.
because he was blocking the way or
Yeah, at the end, I think there was a... Oh, shoot. At the end, there was...
standing there.
There's a minor scuffle there. A little fight, but I mean...
Oh,
He
right.
can stand wherever he wants, but
that was
move out my way.
J7.
Yeah, well, J7 did. Well, no, there was that one's Tonali. Then there's another one with J7. Well, I mean, look, man, it is.
It is what it
It
is.
is what it is. More people are joining though. So, Mighty Wayne, you got anything else to say, man? Beard says Murphy didn't even bother to track his runner for the first goal.
You
Bruno gave the
can
ball away.
look at all of the goals
Yeah.
and point multiple fingers at multiple players on our team today, and that thereby hangs the problem, because or therefrom hangs the problem. Just too many people not doing their jobs properly. I mean, simple 10-yard. There were even several occasions when we were gifted the ball virtually by them on the attack, and we had like 3 against 2, and the first ball was going astray. It was ridiculous, man.
Well,
But hopefully there'll be some harsh words.
we're not doing a man of the match, obviously, because man of the match goes for the winning team. Yeah, of course. I mean, if the best player was Tonali, I think, overall. Wouldn't stop running.
I think Tonali was the only one to come out with any sort of credit at all.
Who do you think was the worst player on the pitch? Like the one that you said, man, this is crazy.
Ooh.
Well, I guess the one that cost us most. I mean, I tell you, Bruno has to be up there. He cost us
Yeah,
all this.
absolutely.
Anthony Gordon. I mean, you think he come back into the right back position and played a crossfield ball straight to a Bournemouth player who had then got 20 yards to run into and create a goal from it. So, you know, everybody contributed in a way that they didn't need to. And again, this is what I was saying. Unfortunately, when we've got the team that we've got, we just seem to want to play one style of football and not go and bypass the midfield and hit the front men and then try and create from there. By trying to play it on the ground all of the time against lesser teams with all that fight and desire to win the ball back, you can see yourself unstuck, and we were today.
Yeah. Well, people saying Gordon had 2 shots cleared off the line, so I guess that's a positive for him. But
it's okay being up top. It's okay being on the attacking side. Gordon had one really good shot that was defended.
That one
well.
shot was
I
fantastic.
think that would have probably seen the back of the net. The problem is you've still got to be defensively minded when you're in your own half. You can't just see a player 30, 40 yards away from you and think that you can just pass a ball across the floor without it being, taken by the opposition. So I think sometimes, these forward-minded players that come and start defending can be more of a hindrance than they are, a help.
interesting. What do you think? The player that cost us the most?
Bruno. Yeah, Bruno, he was doing his and it wasn't helped that the ref. Yeah, see, sometimes I think the ref's right. When he does his 360 and goes to ground, and he hasn't been fouled. He might have been touched, and the minute he's touched, he goes down, and the referee's looking at that and saying, "No, that's not a foul. Yes, you're being touched. It's not a foul. Get on with it." And then, and when he does that in those dangerous positions, that today is what you get from it.
Yeah. All right.
Was it Tonali that called that third goal saying it was out rather than Bruno?
No, it was a Tonali.
Yeah,
Tonali play, yeah. So it was out, thankfully.
Yeah, it was.
Well, Tonali brought it up. Tonali brought it out. Tonali brought it up.
Yeah, and passed it to them.
But if he wouldn't have scored, they wouldn't have scored. He would have said nothing.
Yeah.
So I mean, he was smart to bring it up. To be fair, but anyways, I mean, it is what it is. It's just another loss. It's just another
As rugby analyst says, I'd rather have a midfielder get on the ball and have the courage to protect it rather than
he's
shy
not
away and
protecting
hide.
it though, man.
Yeah. But the problem is that midfield has been functioning perfectly. It's generally acknowledged as being the strongest midfield in the league, exactly. And
What would having a proper right winger do in this game?
Well,
Yeah.
right, I mean,
Nothing that
See, today, for me, if you look at the passing lanes, and that's why I keep saying to people, you've got to look at the passing lanes. Bournemouth come and played a flat 5 across midfield. didn't look it at times. It looked like it was a bit of a zigzag. But when you look at the passing lanes, it stops Newcastle trying to hit the corners. So Gordon didn't have any movement going into the left side. Murphy had very little option on the right side. So every time we gave the ball around, the thought process comes, you're stuck in that what they class as the half in or out zone. So as a player, you're not sure whether to go forward. And that was Hall's problem with Gordon. Two of them were both stuck centrally, not in any possession to go forward like Gordon likes to do, and then Hall supports him, or actually drop in deep. Once you've given the ball away, the ball gets turned over and played into the channel. Two players then are taken out of the game, and the opponents are running into the space left behind. So it's just about doing what they do quite simply, and that's playing a flat three. What Newcastle failed to do, again, trying to play through the lines tactically, is just play the ball over the top and get runners then to go and force them back into the corners. No defender, no opposition likes to run towards their own goal. It's fact. That's where they just hoof the ball, try and clear it, and then you regenerate the ball into space.
Well, I wish we would have hoofed better as well.
That was one of in the forum he was watching at the club in Dubai or wherever he was.
Michael, another.
Cheers, Michael.
Cheers, Michael. On the screen it says the ref was a banker too.
Yeah,
I think yeah, exactly.
But Caviani, after the second goal, he was tweeting in the thing, just hoof that.
Exactly. But we didn't even do it right, man. We were just hoofing it back, hoofing it, giving it back to them.
And that's it. We were hoofing it kind of 20-yard loops into the air and going straight to their players.
Until Tonali got a hold of one and almost took it out of the park. Joe Linton did another one of those. But, so... Yeah, look, man, it is what it is. It's just another hiccup in being a Toon fan.
It's a hiccup.
It's just hopefully just one time. We shall
see.
Southampton. You're going due south, man.
Hey, well, listen. You've got Bournemouth, Brighton, and Southampton on the south coast there, and historically we don't do very well against any of them.
So are you trying to be hopeful or what? What the hell is you?
I'm just trying to put my excuses in before it happens.
He's trying to put an excuse because. If we lose to Southampton,
and then I can say I told you so.
Exactly. Yeah. So, last thoughts. I mean, before we cut off.
I'm rich.
But
that's a point that I've just seen on there, buddy. I've seen a rugby analyst say, "Yeah, mate, I don't like playing that way." But all big teams, and I say big teams, if you look at the likes of Man City in the past that have won trophies, Liverpool, Arsenal haven't won a lot, to be fair, but I'm going to go with the two big ones. Sometimes when you want to get yourself out of a channel, what you actually can do is just dink the ball into the corners to turn teams over. It's not about playing the long ball. And you see Liverpool do it all the time. They'll try and pick out Diaz. They'll try and pick out right to left passes across the channels. We don't seem to do that enough, if I'm honest. Like today, we play the balls across the floor a lot of the time, very easily intercepted. So sometimes you just have to change the way you play to get the result. And that doesn't mean going long. It doesn't mean you need to go long. It's just about cutting out the percentage balls.
Look, I mean, we could talk about this all night.
Yeah.
Bottom line, we were fucking shite.
We were shite, exactly.
Yeah, we were shite. And you know what? What makes me even more mad is that Chris and Betty have come all this long way today to come and watch this shite. Oh, well, at least.
Now, Beard was saying the same thing, but we're good. We watched both worlds.
I told them I'm actually happy that I got to see a win and a loss and experience how
Betty's a happy clever, so
the stadium. It's a huge experience.
Lovely.
If you get a chance to come down and watch the game, do it.
Well, to be honest, this is closing 1 second. Sorry, Chris. It was interesting to see today. We were sat firmly on our seats, 2-0, 2-1, 3-1. Yeah, it was shocking. And we were sat firmly though. We weren't moving anywhere, but around us.
But I do agree, the actual atmosphere in the stadium wasn't great.
It was shite.
Well, it wasn't.
It was shite today. And not only that, I mean, we're looking at it, and as soon as 4-1 goes in, Everyone
Oh,
you
yeah,
know
man.
gets up. It's like, right, okay,
You're knackered, man.
enough's enough today. Like we ain't clapping no players. They ain't going around no lap of honor, nothing.
No,
It's not
no,
happening.
no.
This is not. Oh, we better bounce back. Is all I'm saying.
Well, ladies and gents, that was it. Ganiam, Ganiam,
What
Ganiam.
gun and yam, folks?
I'm ga- Cheers. I'm a, I'm learning my
No.
Geordie. I'm getting my Geordie straight. I'm a gun doing the metro.
Gandun get the metro, where
Yeah. Where I man? My bottle of water. My bottle of water. But don't worry, man. Don't worry. It's getting better. It's getting better.
What gonna be alright?
Eh, gonna be alright. Shout out to Roger Cook. We saw him at the, at the local pub. Good. Roger's at Roger is 620. Height.
Rog, by the way, you didn't get a link because the setup we've got here doesn't allow for links. Andy
Bell, shout out
Bell,
to Andy Bell,
Jamie,
Lee Leyland, the twins. We're gonna meet the twins tomorrow.
Queenie.
Queen of Heart. Shout out to Queen of Heart. Yeah. Hey, look at Michael. Gone in doing the metro. Yeah, man. Hey, by the way, next time around, I need somebody to volunteer to be my my tour guide because I got a shite one. Because we were supposed to go doing the metro, and he took me to. He was going down the wrong way, man. The metro. The metro only goes two ways. You either go that way or this way. And he got on the metro. We were in the city center already. We were supposed to go to Gosforth. And he gets on the wrong side, man. 5 minutes in, we're supposed to stop, get the metro to the other end of it. Come on, man. Oh, my. And on top of that, he mugs me off for money and cigarettes. Yeah, this tour guide is horrible. Man. He definitely comes from biker because he mugged me off, man.
On the left-hand side of your screen, gentlemen and ladies, you are looking at the tightest twat in America. Trying to get him to put his hand in his pocket is like platin fog. You've got no chance.
Oh yeah, man! Come on, man! And we had a lovely.
Oh, I tell you, are you gonna say what when we came out of the hotel yesterday?
Oh, that is unbelievable.
You'll not believe this.
By the way, we've been stopped, many a times to be honest, more than I would have expected, by fans. Actually, yesterday coming out the Strawberry, there's a guy that came out and told me. No, but that's just the one instance, man. I'm telling you, I didn't want to tell you then because I didn't want to hurt your feelings. But the guy came out. He stopped me and says, "Hey, man, I know you're Chris. I know you're the American Mag." And he started, talking and giving us good vibes, good conversation. I said, "Yeah, but Mighty Win is up there." He said, "Yeah, no, but he's rubbish. There's only one Mighty Win, and he's not there."
We've got your word for that conversation.
Betsy's there to say it. Well, he basically said he didn't say exactly, but that's what it means. There's only one Mighty Win, but this is unbelievable. Remember. Rob was his name. Yeah, cheers to Rob. Yeah, the one that's a Mighty Win hater. But Mighty Win, you got a story real quick. We were at the hotel, right? Coming out the hotel, somewhere in the city in city center, and then what happened, Mighty Win?
And outside the hotel, this guy says, "Hang on," he says, "you're a Win, aren't you?" I said, "Aye." He says, "I saw you on Carlisle Station."
Exactly.
He was I've told the story on the channel, so you probably heard it. First time ever recognition for being the Mighty Win. So this guy, I was changing trains at Carlisle to go to Glasgow, and I went out for a fag, as is my wont. And standing having the fag, this kid turned around and said, "Oh," he says, "are you the Mighty Win?" I says, "Aye." His daddy, the very same guy, when we came out of Chris's hotel yesterday, was walking past Chris's hotel.
All right.
And the coincidence of that, the odds of that happening are absolute. But at least the one thing it did do was it proved to Chris that I hadn't made the Carlisle story up.
Yeah, man, he was lovely. He was a lovely guy. Jilly, we will be obviously we will be coming back. I might be coming back sooner than later if we have another doubleheader at home, which I thought we did have, but it might have changed. So we shall see. But definitely coming back, of course.
The problem with the next doubleheader is that, the next scheduled doubleheader
That's a good one.
is that if we are still in the FA Cup,
Hey, Kenny.
one of those games is a chance to be
Kenny, I think it's gonna be great if you want to send it to me to the States, or send it to the Mighty Win and he'll send it to me. Whatever works best. If you want to give me that book, man, I appreciate it. But we're running out of time, of course, and so I don't know if I'll be able to make it down to London. I would have loved to, but the Mighty Win said, it's a rubbish city. So
the mighty tight horse said, "How much for a train ticket?"
Yeah. It was good. Well, because he gets the
I get the pensioner deal. That's true. I've
Exactly.
got me senior rail card, 30% off.
But anyways, folks, it's been a lovely. I think this is going to be obviously our last show in this format, but for now, and then I don't know though, because exactly. So, I'm with the Nttv studio here somewhere in Newcastle, and we're hopefully more shows like this. But obviously without us, without me.
I got to say it's a pleasure to have you here, Chris, and we can't wait for the next time when you come to Newcastle.
Yeah.
Let's put the result today aside.
Exactly.
And just enjoy the evening with good company. Yeah,
It's
man.
been a definitely good week. Exactly. Great week. Yesterday we had Pint with the legend Nobi Solano as well.
Yeah, man.
That was amazing. Amri didn't want to go. He's a rubbish player, but Amri
He had a previous
Amri
engagement.
had a meeting, according to him. He couldn't make it. Of course, he had work. But Toon legend Nobi Solano, unbelievable guy. We were there with his kid and some friends, etc. But good stuff. Oh, he said to my amigo Chris. It was my friend. Oh man, yeah, but I was knocking, man. Exactly. So
you know what I say? You should never meet your heroes.
No. But this time it's not true though, because he used everything I expected. By the way, he talks to you like a regular guy. So he was lovely. Nobi Salam. Oh, Cuban cigars, exactly. So it'll be lovely. But I think, no, that's it. No more shows until Monday. Monday they're gonna be doing the show, of course. I think
Monday. We'll do the Monday breakfast, yeah.
Exactly. And Monday night we won't be there. So I mean, unless we got something else going on. But anyways, good things coming soon for the channel. So stay tuned. But either way, we shall see you on the next one. Cheers. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Away the lads.
How are the lads?